Alright, this one's another Lego Trains video. I'm considering making my own channel for this, but I've already gained a few subscribers, and honestly I'm not doing much else with this channel if I'm honest, so probably just going to send it and see what happens. But it's your least favorite train guy here, with a little bit of a layout update. So I know I'm going to be releasing 2 videos at once, which I didn't want to do, but just so happened to work out this way. But I've updated my layout again. So this is what we have. Yeah. So basically, I have this yellow line rail yard now that splits off from all the way over here now. Instead of just being this pink line being a continuous loop, there is a... I mean, it is still a continuous loop. Loops back over there. But there's now a split here. I did this just to get a longer, bigger rail yard. And then I made this one just a curved little side chute. And I made some other changes too. So previously, the other switch was right here, and then there was like a little short spot right here for something to be parked. So this gives me a lot more space. This switch is pretty much in the same spot, except instead of being like smack up against this turn, now it is the entire straight. I did this by, and this is under a little bit of tension, so I'm not sure what to do about that yet, and I have some 3D printed pieces that need replaced. But I did that by changing this curve up. So this curve is now different. It's actually a little less, it's a little looser of a radius. It's not quite a tight radius. So that really helped. Also, I'm missing one of my filming lights. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so, I mean, I think that frees things up. I think it gives more flexibility, more play options. The other thing I did is I have finally freed myself from my Surface tablet. It's actually my personal hang-around computer. It goes everywhere with me. So having one of the chargers tied up here 24/7 kind of sucked. That does mean that this tower now only carries one cable. And that's the Type-C cable that's going to be going to the key brick 1 that's going to power this guy, which is going to power this switch and that switch. I have that key brick 1 on the way. I have 2 WeDo 2.0 clone motors to go there and there. That'll also allow me to simplify these ridiculous freaking switches that are ultra beefy, because those large motors, yeah, they were ripping it to pieces. I can only switch like 3 or 4 times and the whole thing would just explode, which is not good. The only thing I could say is I originally planned on having 2 switches, and now I've added this one and that one. And I'm going to need a method to control those. I have a few ideas on how to do that cheaply. But what I think I'm going to do for now is... Oh, and ignore this. That's an experiment. I'm screwing around with stuff. Brick Automation really needs an update. I don't know if there's ever going to be an update. The last one was in 2020. I have emailed the creator asking him if he could do an update where you can actually control power functions, motors through IR, through the official app. Brick Automation has no way to do that. If he added that, that would be so nice to expand the Brick Automation part, and it would make your layout so much cheaper, because then people could use clones, people could convert current power function trains to just work with Brick Automation. It would be great. I have another secret project I am working on, and it's going to be quite interesting in the long run. I am hoping that FX Bricks or Revens Bricks does more of those train wheels. I'm going to need them for the project I'm working on. Part of why I freed this up, or how I'm able to free this up, is I now have one of my old laptops. Finally put Windows on it. I'm more of a Linux guy for most of my stuff, so I actually didn't have a spare Windows laptop laying around. But this guy is now just for this, just for this train layout. This is an old HP EliteBook 2570p. with a Chinese keyboard. This actually, I built this a long time ago. My grandparents then needed a laptop, so I sold it to them for the price of basically the upgrades I put into it. It had a dead drive and dead RAM. They thought the motherboard was dead. It was a former employer of mine. I bought it off of them. Regardless, it's now back here because it has some charging circuit issues that I have cobbled back together. So it's fine, but it just doesn't really hold a charge that long, even if you replace it with a brand new genuine HP battery. It is what it is. Most of the time it's going to sit here plugged in. But that now frees that up. So yeah, I just figured I'd give a small update here, and you're going to see that the track layout is actually going to look a little different from the other video I'm about to post, and that just kind of explains it, is basically kind of all I wanted to touch on, as well as give you, you know, State of the Union, how things are going. I don't know how frequently I'm going to be doing these videos. I know I say that every time, and then I come out with a video like literally a day or two later. I'm not going to do daily videos. I might not even do weekly videos. I'm just kind of going with the flow, just kind of having fun. I have another remote on the way as well, which will be great, especially as I'm moving more and more to the brick automation project. And I wouldn't say I'm moving away from power functions. I just want to get to the point where I can control everything from one device. You know, that's really what my goal is here. And we're working towards that slowly, but I don't know. It's going to take time. It's a lot of money. You know, obviously, I have financial considerations, you know, that I need to take into account. I do have that Keybrick One Lite review coming up soon as I get it. Supposedly the order's complete, which means it's on its way. I don't know how long it's going to take to get here from there, because I didn't select for tracking for some reason. I was being ultra cheap on shipping. Don't know why I did that. That was a stupid maneuver. But I think that'll be an interesting video. I'm excited for that as well, just because I kind of have everything all set up for it. The only other thing that kind of irritates me is maybe I shouldn't have gotten the Keybrick One Lite. Again, I was only expecting to have 2 switches, and now I have 4. And being able to power one of my spare Technic hubs, which are cheaper than, way cheaper than Lego City hubs anyway. They have 4 outputs, and that'd be great. And I know I think it's like PV Productions or something. I can't remember the name of the site. But they have a power adapter for the hub. I've dismissed it previously because it's just USB powered. And I thought it was just a simple USB adapter to power the hub at 5 volts, which it will run on, just not for very long. But I think it's actually like a little boost converter, like a little buck converter of some kind. Because it does say that it can run 4 motors at once. Now, if it was running them all at 5 volts, I kind of think that would be a little too slow, especially considering they advertise themselves as more of a great ball machine kind of company. But I am now considering getting one. You know, the Keybrick One Lite will not go to waste. I still have alternate plans for it. But that's something that maybe I look into soon. Not sure. The other thing I'm considering is building, like, at some point, this is way down the road, like a little building to house multiple things. Maybe drill a hole through the center of the table. Eventually, I'm going to plate this out. But for now, it's the way it is. It's kind of like a sandy look. It's kind of grown on me. I kind of hated it at first, but it's kind of like the trains running through like rock or a desert or something, which is interesting. But yeah, tell me what you think. Did I make a mistake getting the Keybrick One Lite and only having 2 outputs? The other thing is that PV Productions does sell powered up splitter cables, but they are $30-some US a pop. They're actually like 30-some euros, so they end up being like $30-some US a pop, and that's really expensive for what they are. And I'd need 2 of them to be able to control the switches, and then the switches would always be in time, which isn't the end of the world, considering that technically I can only run 1, maybe 2 trains if I time it perfectly on this track. But it would be nice to have the flexibility of the hub. So I think long term I'm actually going to switch to this. And like I said, that won't go to waste. The Keybrick 1 Lite is the one without a battery. Again, I'll be doing a review on it soon because I have not seen anyone do a review on it. I've only seen people do the Keybrick 1 with the battery, which is great. But the Lite has some interesting properties to it, and it gives me a very interesting idea to modernize a few things. And some mods, some things that I haven't seen people do yet. But if you guys have any other questions, or if you guys know of anything else that you maybe want to see me do, obviously it's going to take time if it's something that's an expensive purchase. But yeah, I think this layout's better. I think it gives me more flexibility in play. And I think now I'm simplified. Now that I've gotten this done, I feel way better about moving forward. I'm just really hoping, like, if the Brick Automation project, if they added the ability to control the color and distance sensor and send IR commands the way that you can on the Powered Up app, that would actually be huge. Again, it hasn't been updated since 2020, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, man, that would be awesome. That would open up so many opportunities, especially from a budget standpoint. The ability to just have one hub and 1 or 2 color sensors, which are super cheap, and just mount them somewhere, like, spoiler alert, up there, would be interesting. Because then you could have it shoot IR down over the whole layout. You could control a bunch of stuff, and you'd be set. That would be really cool. That would basically mean that you could then use the Brick Automation project to control a bunch of power functions trains, which I'm sure, like Robin Hood Bricks, for example, anyone know that YouTuber? Probably be huge for a guy like him. Everyone complains about using the mobile app with Powered Up, and that would be a really good workaround. I think that would be interesting. So, I don't know. Let's find out. But I think that's it for this. This has gone on way too long. I'm rambling. I'm talking in circles. I'm sure I'm driving you guys nuts. So you guys have a good day and enjoy the 2 videos I'm going to be uploading today. And sorry that I'm giving you 2. And sorry that the first one is going to come out first. And then the layout's going to be... I updated the layout. It is what it is. You guys have a good one.